So what do you think?
Well, he was decisive. He was emphatic. Mr. Sterling was causing the loss of money and honor and dignity for the league. People like Dolan from the New York Knicks and Reinsdorf and Cuban surely were embarrassed, and I'm convinced that they will help mobilize the necessary forces to make this a 3/4 vote.
Reverend Jackson,
if not unanimous.
You told us before the news conference that you wanted Adam Silver to strip Donald Sterling of his ownership. Turns out that's something he does not himself have the authority to do. He's banning Sterling for life from the NBA and from the LA Clippers. He's fining him $2.5 million, and he's going to urge the Board of Governors to force the sale of the Clippers, and that requires a 3/4 vote. Is that enough? Is there anything else that Adam Silver could have done today to move this situation?
In the context of this moment, there's nothing more he needed to have done. I'm sure he has polled the owners before making this decision.
He said he spoke to a number of owners but hadn't conducted an official poll.
Well, it wasn't official, but no owner will stand against this recommendation and vote for Sterling. I would go that far out.
Do they need to have an open vote?
If they did not do it, you would have mutiny by the players, boycotts by the fans, and more dropouts by the advertisers.
It needs to be a unanimous vote.
It should be, but it should be. I cannot imagine any owner embracing what Sterling said about black people or he went a step further relative to Israel and blacks and Jews and how blacks are treated in Israel. I mean, he took it to some very extreme, provocative dimensions. And so I think the banning is a big statement. We should now celebrate Chris Paul and Doc Rivers, those who stood up in the heat of the battle. And of course, Magic Johnson, Charles Barkley, Shaq, they stood up when it was necessary.
Well, if Donald Sterling called you today and said, Reverend Jackson, what is your advice for me? Would you take his call? Would you help him?
Yeah, I would help him.
What would you say?
To capture a measure of dignity, withdraw without a fight, and put the team up for sale. And please don't think because I'm talking with you, I intend to take you to the game tonight.
Let's be honest. How much of an outlier do you believe Donald Sterling is? Here we are at the Milken Conference, among some of the most powerful people in the world who own sports teams, all sorts of businesses. Do you think there are more people than we realize that share his opinion?
Sterling.
Are there?
Of course, that's true. I mean, we've had it was a big fight to get Jack Robinson on the field. A big fight when they tried to sell Curt Flood and he resisted and filed a lawsuit and won free agency. A big fight when you had the fight to win the eligibility by Spencer Haywood. So these are defining moments. In this instance, I'm convinced that Mr. Silver stood up to the plate, and owners around the league have been voicing their very public opinions in their local markets about how terribly wrong this is.